Hey everybody, Chef Matt here with your Chef at Home series. Today we're going to be making my family's take on our favorite things to eat, or one of my favorite things to eat when we go to Olive Garden, and that is Zuppa Toscana. It's basically just a sausage, potato, kale, and onion soup in a creamy broth. So let's show you how to make it. All right, let's go over our ingredients. First thing you're going to need is 16 ounces or 1 pound of Italian sausage. If you like to make it spicy, you can certainly use spicy Italian sausage. I just have mild for my personal family taste. Gonna need about 4 large red potatoes, maybe 5 to 6 if they're a bit smaller. I like using these because I don't peel these, and it's another time-saving step when you're coming home from work and you're tired and you're just trying to get dinner made. You're gonna need about 2 tablespoons of garlic. I would almost put a little bit closer to 3. I think the garlic goes really well in this recipe, as long as you don't mind garlic too much. I've got some little bit of cooking oil here, some all-purpose flour. Got crushed red pepper flakes. I've got 32 ounces or 4 cups of chicken broth. You're gonna need 1 cup or 8 ounces of heavy cream or half and half. I use half and half just to make it a little less fattening. That's pretty rich sauce already with the sausage and everything like that. So that's a personal choice. The cream will obviously give it great flavor, but this will lighten up a little bit. You can use milk in a pinch if you want, but you're not going to get as much flavor as the fattier milks like the half and half of cream. I've got 1 bunch of kale here, but I'm probably only going to use about half of this. It's just depending on how much you like. This will wilt down in the soup a little bit, but I do like the kale because it does stay pretty hearty in the soup even after it's cooked. So you don't want to overpower it too much kale because it'll kind of take over. And last but not least, some salt and pepper to taste. All right. Another thing I like about this recipe, it's all one pot. So get yourself a nice sturdy sauce pot here like I've got. I've got it on about medium-high flame. And we are just going to go in with just a little bit of canola oil. I'm saying about maybe a tablespoon or 2. Yeah, that's about good. We're going to use this. We're going to brown up the sausage. The sausage is pretty fatty already, so you don't need a ton in there. I just helps it from not sticking and makes your life a lot easier. And again, only about medium-high heat. We're not trying to like blacken this sausage at all. Get that guy in there. And basically what you want to do is you just want to break it up so it gets nice and crumbled up in there. You don't want any large chunks. You know, you're thinking like ground beef, like you're making tacos or something like that at home, like or spaghetti sauce. You know, same kind of concept you're going for here. All right, we've got our sausage all cooked down and crumbled up nicely here. Let's just remove this from our pot. I put it on a plate with a paper towel just to soak up a little bit of the grease, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our onions to this pan. All right, God, I guess you guys can smell this. Onions smell amazing. Okay, we're going to cook these down for a couple minutes, and then we'll add the garlic and the flour, and I'll go to the next step when these are ready. All right, our onions are looking really, really happy here. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of garlic into the pan. The garlic doesn't take as long to cook as the onions, so that's why I add it last. These onions have been cooking here for about 5-7 minutes or so. And got my 2 tablespoons of garlic in there. Cook this guy down another minute or so. All right, we've got our garlic cooked down now. Do about 2 tablespoons of flour in here. Let's mix that guy up. The flour is going to help thicken your soup. So that's why we're adding this flour right now. So now we can go ahead and add our chicken stock, the 32 ounces. And now's a good time to scrape any of those good bits off the side of the pan, the bottom of the pan. You're going to get a lot of flavor from that, from the cooked meat, onions, so. What I'm kind of doing right now is just sort of cleaning the pan. Now we got that. Now we're going to add our potatoes to this and bring to a boil and cook until these potatoes are tender. I actually only used 3 of those potatoes. I know I had 4 in the original part, but they were a little bit bigger than I thought, so I'm going to use just 3. Looking a little light here too, so I'm going to add a tiny bit more water. All right, we'll come back in a minute. Okay, while those potatoes are boiling, once that comes with a boil, you'll probably want to boil them for about 15 minutes, about medium-high heat, till they're tender. Now while that's going, we can prep the kale for this. So for the kale, you can see here, there's this big giant stem inside there, and that's not really good to eat. I know it's healthy and you can use it for other things, but for this soup here, we're going for the nice leafy green part here. So just going to cut all this off the stalk here. It should come right off pretty easily. There you go, left with the whole stalk. Got your kale over here. Like I said, we're going to use half that big bunch, so I've got, I'm going to probably do about 3 of these, I think. Let's see here, maybe 4. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. That was 3 big ones. So we really want to just kind of roughly chop this guys up. You don't want it shredded in there, but you also don't want big, giant chunks of kale because it will get really tough. So I just kind of give it a nice rough chop. A little more in half this way. And yeah, there you go. Looking for chunks about that size. I don't know if you guys can see that. All right, we got our potatoes done. Now we're just going to add in our few remaining ingredients. We've got our cooked sausage that we've crumbled up. Going to add that in there. I'm going to add in our kale. And we're going to add our 8 ounces of half and half. All right, so the last step is just to make sure, season it up with salt and pepper to your liking. You can add the crushed red pepper to your liking as well if you need to increase the heat on it. You can garnish this with a little chopped cooked bacon if you like. Some of the shredded Parmesan cheese works really good as well if you need a garnish for it. I don't really think it needs it. I just serve this usually with like a roll or a garlic breadstick, something like that at home. Hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.